Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second of 6 prologue videos for this Trials of Mana Let's Play. My name is Apple20, and today we will be taking a look at Angela, the Princess of Altena, and the Magician of our group of merry adventurers. As you can see here, they've got a little bit of introduction for her right there. And again, they say bio, range, magic, and mass targeting spells, which is indeed what she is good at through this game. Angela is a character that's a firm favourite of mine. I enjoy playing her a lot, and she wreaks havoc with her spells, so I'm very excited to see what she's like right now. So let's get into the game and see what she's about, so that you can make an informed choice about who you want to see played through for the rest of this game.
I'm Angela, Princess of Altena.
And we'll just have a bunch of randoms again.
I'm Charlotte, resident beauty of Wendell.
I do quite like Angela's voice, actually. He comes across quite well from that one sound clip that I've heard. Yes, and Angela was a favourite of mine in the previous game. I just really like the offensive magic, adding a bit of depth and difference to things in the game.
In Altena, the kingdom of magicians, the true queen's magic was all that kept the freezing temperatures of the surrounding snowy lands at bay. But as the mana of the world grew weaker, so did her power. Bit by bit, the ice and cold began to encroach on the castle.
Not good.
Citizens, we all feel the magic draining from the land as mana weakens. For our mighty kingdom of Altena, this is of grave concern. We shall not sit idly while our country crumbles. No, we must open the forbidden portal to the Sanctuary of Mana, and then we can obtain the Sword of Mana.
I thought that was trying to
Be still. Legend says the portal to the Sanctuary of Mana only appears after activating the Mana Stones throughout the world.
Sure.
Obviously, no country would willingly give up a precious Mana Stone, so we expect a certain amount of resistance.
Okay, so it's all-out war then.
We shall muster our strength and take the Mana Stones by force. Our true queen will obtain the Sword of Mana to rule her magic empire.
Long live the true queen! Glory to Altena!
She looks pretty out of it, does the true queen. Just from that stare.
Oh, come on, Jose! Please.
Hush! No need to shout, Your Highness. Honestly, you know, I used to be the sharpest of the great magic users in the Altenish court.
I always thought it would be Altena.
Oh, hang on. I do not need another trip down your winding memory lane. Just teach me the rest of yesterday's lesson.
I've told you time and time again, you cannot use magic simply by learning the steps. Your magic has not manifested because you rely on form instead of spirit.
I like that this line has survived the translation.
Please, not another lecture. Fine, I just won't ask for lessons anymore then. Take that.
Oh, this child.
They've got her voice just right, I think. I think this is actually kind of a perfect Angela.
Look, there's Victor. Hey, Victor! Hey!
Oh, morning, Your Highness. Have you finished your magic lessons already?
You know Jose complains to me whenever you skip lessons, right? Please consider my plight next time, Your Highness.
Angela, princess and heir to the throne of Altena. With a heavy burden dogging her steps, Angela grew up fatherless in the shadow of her mother's royal duties. Her childhood was extremely lonely. Instead of affection from her mother, it seemed all she received were scoldings. Though she knew that the Queen had important responsibilities that kept the two from playing, that knowledge didn't stop Angela's frustrated tears. Starved for attention, the princess grew into a rebellious youth. She often acted out, playing pranks on members of the court. Though Angela became a renowned beauty, much like her mother, she remained woefully unable to wield the magic power of her bloodline. That lack of talent was never far from her mind.
Ugh, I am so bored. Why does nothing ever happen around here?
Yeah, so, I actually like the premise of what Angela's story does here. And I think that, you know, the cold encroaching on a castle where the uniform of the guards is, short skirts and thigh-high boots, is probably an important thing. Oh my god, well. As in Duran's story and as in the other parts of this game, there are little collectibles scattered around. And I will do a more thorough sweep for these on the character that we eventually choose. Instead, I am enjoying Angela already, just because I love her voice. It's just perfect. I don't know why I think it's perfect, but it's kind of how I always imagined she would be. And I'm really glad that they've got this. I felt Duran's voice actor was a little bit out when I played his first 5-10 minutes, but this is a lot more on point, I think. Victor, you say? Well, we can't keep him waiting. He seems to tolerate our presence more than most other people do. Oh, let's activate the run button. I forgot about that. Yeah, so they seem to have done pretty well, actually. Like, almost every character in this game has a bit of dialogue for Angela, which I really like. And that's true of basically all the characters, so they must have put a fair bit of effort in. Okay. Also, Victor was looking for me, so presumably I've got to go and find him, but I also needed to get that news first before it would activate. Yep, because that star definitely wasn't there when I first came in.
The Crimson Wizard is training the mages harder than ever. I heard some were injured, but I suppose that's one of the dangers of war. I'm not sure, but the Crimson Wizard might be as powerful as Her Majesty the Queen now.
That's ominous.
Oh, there you are. Your Highness, the Queen and her advisor have called for you. I will wait for you in the gardens. Now is not the time to dawdle.
Please hurry, Your Highness.
Let's go! So if you've watched the Duran playthrough, you'll notice that the Crimson Wizard here is the same person that Duran encountered. And that's because obviously, not obviously, that's because Angela and Duran share a plot with each other.
This is urgent. Her Majesty is preparing our troops to invade Valsena across the sea. You must go to her, Your Highness.
Well, Victor, since you asked so nicely, that's exactly what I will do.
Your Majesty, I believe you sent for me?
Angela, allow me to explain. As you know, we must control the Mana Stones to gain access to the Sanctuary. That is the reason for our invasion.
He makes it...
Legend says if we activate the energy of the Mana Stones in the world, the portal will open. And we don't question legend. We shall begin with the Altenish Mana Stone.
He makes it seem so casual.
How will you do that?
We will use a forbidden magic spell, outlawed because it takes the life of the enchanter in exchange for that mana energy. However, my associate and I are too important for this sacrifice. If we use your body as a vessel for that cursed magic, your death would act as the catalyst we need to release the Mana Stone's true power.
Ice cold.
But Mother...
You've been a useless blight on my lineage for far too long. To think that my daughter could be so weak and powerless. Under these circumstances, sacrificing yourself for the spell is the most fitting end for my heir. Now come, my child.
No! No!
She's gone.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have called her powerless. It turns out she's not. Yeah, I mean, sacrificing your daughter, that just doesn't sit well with, I think, anybody.
Oh.
Angela, I love you, but
Where?
you might need some new clothes.
I'm outside the castle. But... Why would my mother... I can't return, but I have no idea what to do now. Wasn't there a village to the east? That might be my only option at this point.
Well, I mean, that or freeze to death. I cannot believe that, Leotard is built for this. Oh no, it's a Sahagin. Easy peasy. I'm more used to the combat now.
Actually won, I think.
Yeah, so I think one of the things Angela's going to benefit from here is the combat being a little bit easier to control in this version. It looks like she does very well from this, because, that repel attack, so A to X, is able to push enemies away from her, which is, I think, very, very powerful. Because traditionally, in this part of the game, Angela's meant to get beaten on the Sub-Zero snowfield. But it looks like she's strong enough to deal with the things that are here right now. Yeah, like, she really seems to benefit from the arc of her attacks here. Oh, and that's pretty good, actually. So her meter can provide her with 2 attacks, which is really good. Oh. Yeah, okay, Angela. As it turns out,
It's too cold. I can't take another step. I want to go home. Please, Mother. Please.
it turns out you can't survive the cold with only your skin to protect you. And that was the end of Angela. Oh wait, no it wasn't.
Where am I?
Do 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 do. Yep. As you might have gathered, I've played this game a lot.
Oh, good. You're awake. My daughter found you in the snowfields. We brought you back to Ulrent. Oh, please rest until you feel well. Cheery, look! Our guest woke up.
Yay! Can I play with her? Huh? Can I?
Of course you can, Cheery.
No, don't bother
Aw.
her. But I'll play with you.
But I want to play with Cheery. She seems nice.
Hey!
Oh, that's cute. I like that. Alright. I believe this was called Snow City Elrond in the fan translation. But I'm fine with the new name. Snow Hamlet Elrond. Actually, that's probably a lot better.
I think I'll go for a walk to boost my mood.
And I know that, you know, you'd want to boost your mood with a walk, but it is quite cold outside. We're going to take you into the inn straight away. I love her, like, frightened squeaks while she's jumping. Oh, God. I can see people voting against Angela just so they don't have to tolerate me laughing at that all the time.
Ma'am, I don't know what to do. Please, give me guidance.
Sometimes people lose any last spark of hope and fall into the deepest despair. When that happens, you must go to Holy City Wendell and seek advice from His Eminence, the Priest of Light.
The Priest of Light?
To find your way through the darkness of despair, you will need a guiding light. Go to Wendell, child. That is your fate.
Huh? Come on! This fraud told me the same thing. Go to Wendell or whatever. All I asked was whether my next child was going to be a boy or a girl.
Look, it is key employee advice to pass things up to management that you don't know, alright? That's all she's doing.
Holy City Wendell, huh? I don't know what awaits me there, but I guess it's bound to be better than getting caught here in my own kingdom. I'll go. I mean, nothing could possibly be worse than staying cooped up in the castle. And if I learn how to handle my magic, maybe my mother will welcome me back. There's a chance, at least.
Pretty optimistic, Angela. She did just try to murder you.
Heart heavy with the Queen's rejection, Angela left Altena as a wanted criminal with a price on her head.
Little did she know that the adventure that she would face would contain the fate of the entire world. I don't think that's actually the line, but whatever. So that's Angela. I've already taken a liking to her, as you might imagine. I think her voice is great, and I think she will fare a lot better in this version of the game than she does in the original, or in hard type, as the case may be. So I'd be enthusiastic about playing her, as I would any of the characters, to be fair. So if Angela's taken your fancy, if you want to see her played, if you want to see her as the #1 slot, then please do vote for her in the straw poll that's in the description. And please do check out the other videos that I've got for all the other characters if you want to see what they're about. I will be back with you for the next character along, who I think is probably going to be Kevin from the top of my head. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and I hopefully will catch you along for the next one of these.